Well, good morning from the Gulf of Thailand, ramblings of a fool. It's December, what day is it? 10th of December. Trying to cut down on the Heineken, so I'm having Heineken Silver today, which is lower alcohol. Might just mean I may drink more of them, I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. Anyway, it's a beautiful day here in the Gulf. Having a little bit of some barbecue chicken, some sticky rice, and some god-awful sauce made from tamarind. Oh, shockingly bad taste. But anyway, the wind's a bit from the north. It's not supposed to get up too bad. A little bit of seed, nothing serious. Blue sky, and it was one of those days, you know, where I hadn't been out on the boat for like a week or two, and I looked at the weather and I said, that's it. We're on the boat. We have got to get out on the water, and now. So woke up early, had my requisite hot coffee, my requisite cold coffee, and then stopped, got some barbecue chicken, had the beer in the fridge from last night, so that was no problem, and decided to head out. Now the boat's, you know, it's a catamaran, so it's a little bit, obviously it's wide, so, and long, 39 foot, makes it a little bit tricky to get in and out of the dock by yourself. But I think I did okay today. But I think going back, I'll have to call for assistance because it's just too difficult. It's just too difficult to do it by yourself. Try and get your spring line on while you're going in forward and reverse. It's just a bit of a hassle. But anyway, we're heading into the festive season. 2 weeks and a day, it'll be Christmas. I went out for dinner last night with a chap that's worked for me for 6 years. He's actually worked for the company for 28 years. Born in Myanmar. Back then I think it was called Burma, but now it's Myanmar. And left Myanmar when he was 18 years old to find work, and ended up in Thailand. Worked a couple different places, and like I said, 28 years at my factory. QA manager, knows just about every motorcycle safety standard there is, inside out. And he was actually supposed to retire 2 years ago when he hit 60. I talked him out of it. He signed on for another year, and then at that end of that one I talked him out of it again, and he signed on for another year. And this year he came and said, look boss, I really want to go home. His wife has lived in Myanmar for the last 8 years, so he's been alone. He's been living by himself in Thailand, and his wife's back home. And you can see he's ready to go. Anyway, I had a nice dinner last night. Had about 10-14 people. He invited some staff that he'd worked for with prior to my arrival, the old GM, the old QA manager. He invited some managers that I have subsequently departed from the company for various reasons. They were invited to the dinner. Thought it might be a little bit sort of awkward, but it went okay. And the old GM was there, and we were sitting talking, and he asked me, he says, how many years you been there anyway? I said, I've been there 6 years. And he says, you've set the record. And I'm like, the record for what? He says, we're the longest lasting GM in the 35-year history of the factory. So I was like, is that a compliment? Is that a insult? What is that? Not sure. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know if I should be happy about it, or maybe I should be upset about it. But I'm 58 this year, so theoretically in 2 years, the company can decide to let me go, even if I don't want to, Or I can ask the company if I could stay on for another year, and if they said yes, then we do it. If they say no, we don't want you, then I got to go. So, I'm looking at 2 years, and then everything's up in the air. So it's days like these where you can forget about all that stuff. You just get out on the water and enjoy the breeze and the view, okay, and a bit of that, and some nice beer. So, not ice beer, nice beer. Might do a little bit of fishing later. I'm not sure. We're only in about 4.5 meters of water, so doubt if I'd catch anything worth eating, but I'd catch something just for the hell of it. Maybe go for a swim, a bit of a paddleboard ride. Can't go on a paddleboard. We only got one bloody paddle. I don't know what happened to the other paddle. Someone kamoyed it. All right, so anyway, I'm back. So a little story. I got to preface it. My mom and my dad have basically traveled the world with me for as many years as I've not lived in Canada, which is now going on 30 years, which I've not lived in Canada. And every year, prior to COVID, of course, they would spend 3 to 4 months with me wherever I lived. So Malaysia, Australia, Thailand, they've been in Thailand every year since I've been here pre-COVID. And, my dad is just, I think I'm a lot like him, which is probably not a good thing in some cases. But anyway, when he's here, we just have a riot. I mean, when I'm not working, we go out fishing and we play pool and play in the pool league, and probably go out, too much and drink too much and laugh and joke and have a lot of fun. And since COVID and my mom getting sick, he hasn't been here, and I miss that. I miss the fun, and I miss going out with him and doing all those things that teenagers do. I mean, grown-ups do. But anyway, out of the blue, he calls me a couple, 3 months ago and says, "Listen, I got a friend." He says, "I got a friend. He's, his wife passed away a couple years ago, and he's living in Canada. But anyway, he's selling this house. He's selling his furniture. He's selling everything. He's moving to live the rest of his life in Thailand." And I'm like, "What the fuck? You've talked to this guy like 5 or 6 times, and you've convinced him to change his whole life? I mean, here's a guy that's lived in North America his whole life, maybe traveled on vacation once in a while. I think he was telling me to Mexico or Cuba or whatever, but a week or two and then back home, and he's just done selling everything, and he's coming to live in Thailand." I'm like, "Holy jeez." I said, "Fair enough." He goes, "Yeah, he's going to stay at your resort, and you're going to take care of him." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah. I don't even know the guy." "Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll give him your contact information. He'll be emailing you." "Yeah, I told him how much it's going to cost to stay at the resort. Everyone will take care of him, foods and their breakfast and laundry, and yeah, he knows everything." All right, fair enough. So we ping pong back and forth with the guy. Sure enough, he is definitely coming, one-way ticket. So I organize a car for him. Make sure, I got a picture of the guy that drives the car, and he's got a sign for him at the airport, and I send a picture of the guy to him so he knows what the driver looks like, and get it all organized. And then the day of arrival was like on a Sunday. I think it was like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. I'm looking at the time, he should arrive now. So I call the driver. I says, "Hey, yeah, this is Mr. Keith. I've arranged for you to pick up a guy from the airport, Mr. Peter." And he goes, "Oh yeah. One of my drivers is doing that." I'm like, "What? You're not the guy picking him up?" No, it's one of my drivers." I'm like, "Okay, fair enough." So sending him the picture didn't do me a heck of a lot of good. All right, fair enough. So then hang up. And about an hour later calls me, "Okay, we picked him up now. He's on the way." Okay, good. So I'm not there. I'm probably working on the boat or whatever. I get a call from the resort. "Hey, your guy's here. He's drunk. He's slurring his words. He's drunk. Get over here now." I was like, "Oh, Jesus. How can you be drunk? You just 30 hours on a plane, and you're drunk? This can't be true. Okay, so I race over there, and sure enough, he's not drunk. He's a bit jet lagged, and he's no spring chicken, so he's a bit tired. So I had a couple beers and shot the shit, and I said, okay, try and get him settled in a little bit. It was a Sunday, and I said, well, I'll take Monday off, and I'll show him around. So Monday, I show him around a little bit, and show him where the ATM is, and give him some clues, and got him oriented. And then I said, okay, next weekend I'll come on, I'll take you out. So the next weekend comes along, and I go down. I think I went maybe a Friday night back to the resort, or Saturday. I can't remember. Met him, and we went out. And I'll tell you, this guy is a really nice guy. I mean, I felt flashbacks. We're out walking around. He wants, let's go bar. So we end up bar hopping like for 3 days, and just really fun timing. Now we live in a small village, and so every single female in the village, Thai women are better than the CIA or the FBI. So, when they smell some fresh meat in town, the word spreads like wildfire. And everyone and their brother. We go to a place. Oh, this is Peter. Yeah, we know. How you know about him? Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got women crawling all over him. Oh, I take care of you, Peter. Blah 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 blah. So he's having a blast. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I've had so much fun with him that makes me miss my father more, because I miss having fun with my father. And he hadn't been here for a few years, so you forget how much fun you have. And then Peter comes along, and he's a great guy, and I'm having a blast with him, and just makes me miss my father more, because I thought we could be having fun here too. Anyway, hey, let's not stop crying. Don't put the bloody tissues away. Don't be wiping your eyes. It's not a sad story. It's just a true story. So, but it is quite funny. Anyway, he shows up here. No phone, computer's dead, the battery's fucked. I mean, he can't. He can't do anything. Got to get him a new phone and a new SIM card, and but we got him. He's organized. Took him around to a couple of friendly bars with some friendly people. Had fun. And anyway. So I'm on the boat today. He's probably wondering why I haven't come seen him today, but I sent him a message saying, look, I'm on my boat today. I'm on our boat today, I should say. And I'll probably come by tomorrow afternoon. Maybe we'll go play killer pool or something, I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of different story. So that's it for now. I'm gonna have a little bit more chicken, and maybe do some fishing. I'll get back to you after I'm done fishing. Cheers.